No, that's fine. We record everything.
Okay.
All right. Who do I have on the phone here?
Caitlin Harris.
Okay. We'll take up file 2018-56100. Caitlin, I guess it's Harris now, versus Andrew Starks. Mr. Starks is here via Zoom from the jail. Ms. Harris is here via Zoom on her phone. And this is the date and time set for hearing on a bench warrant. And Ms. Schondorf is here from the front of the court. Folks, I'm the referee of the court assigned to handle these matters. At the conclusion of this hearing, I'll make a recommendation that'll become a court order. And Mr. Starks, you have the right to have an attorney represent you. If you wish, you could hire one, or I could appoint one for you if you wish, or you could proceed on your own without an attorney and represent yourself. Do you know what you'd like to do?
There's no point in having an attorney, honestly.
Okay, so you want to proceed on your own?
Might as well.
Okay. And Ms. Schondorf, do you have an update in the matter?
I do. The current monthly obligation is $213 for child support, $18 for medical support, with a total monthly billing of $231. Last payment received was $138.72 on March 27th of this year, $31 on March 20th of this year, and $9 on March 10th of this year. I also want to note that the total monthly amounts paid for January was $231. Total monthly amounts for February was also $231, and the same for March was $231 total payments. And there are prior contempts, and the amount owed to the plaintiff is $693. The fees are $235.26, with a total balance of $928.26. So we have failure to comply. Issue date was June 8th today, with a bond of 90 days, $2,500. And the date on that was yesterday, July 7th. He was lodged on July 7th at Newaygo County Jail.
Could I interrupt for a second?
Hold on, just a minute. And Ms. Schondorf, there was a show cause that preceded this. Do you have the date of the show cause?
Yes, that's July 12th of 2022.
And did Mr. Starks appear for that?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Let's find out. Yes, he did appear.
All right, and let's see. So if bond was 2,500, there must have been some significant payments over the last year or so.
Yeah, there were payments. I'm sorry, I'm going to chime in too.
Okay.
There was an objection hearing held December 14th, 2020, or I'm sorry, there was a bench warrant issued in December of 2022. He appeared on that bench warrant December 14th of 2022. You had a recommendation. He then later objected to that and went in front of Judge Dykeman. So she indicated that he was to make some lump sum payments.
Okay.
February, March, April, and May, but the 45 days with the $2,500 was held in abeyance still. Sorry, it's Sir Slog. He did make a good payment. Go to IRS to make sure that's. So in March, he made a substantial payment of We received the monthly of $231, and then we received $2,760.35 on arrears.
Okay, that's just what I was wondering. The bond was
Yes.
2,500, the arrears were only 928, so I figured there must have been
Correct.
a big payment somewhere in there. All right, so, sir, do you agree that you owe the amount stated at this time?
Yeah,
Okay, and it looks like you were making payments, even some large payments up through March, and then, nothing since then. So April and May, no payments were made, is that right?
correct.
All right, what's been going on in April and May?
April, I bought a money order just to turn in for my rear or the $600 that I did owe. I misplaced it, didn't know where I found, don't have a clue where it's at still.
Oh,
Don't have a clue where it's at.
all right, and then, so you were gonna make a large payment in April, but you lost the money order. What about, May?
I wasn't working in May.
Okay. Did you go back to the place where you purchased the money order and, cause they can track those and tell them you lost it?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not cash, it's a money order. They should be able to track that to see if it was ever turned, converted to cash as a payment for something.
Oh, my apologies. I remember that for next time.
Yeah, well, I mean, doesn't mean you probably still can't do that. You might be able to put a,
I'm in jail. There's not a whole lot I can do about that.
I know you are right now. All right, so you agree that you owe the amount stated with the reasons here, how long, are you only incarcerated on this friend of the court thing, or do you have something else going on?
There's something else going on right now.
All right, are you gonna be lodged longer than, because I don't plan, well, I gotta hear what the other party says, but it wouldn't be my intent to impose a sentence at this time, at this point. But would you be released then, or would you be sitting for a longer period of time on your other issue?
As far as I know, I plan on being here for a second.
Okay,
But I do have a question,
what's that?
because Miss Trisha had said something, or whatever the name is. I don't forgot, but she had said something about 90 days. But this piece of paper I have here in front of me says I'm sentenced to 45 days in jail.
I may have misspoke, but it's 45 days, 2,500.
45, all right.
Yep.
All right. Ms. Harris, is there anything you wanted to address at this time?
I did want to say that the large lump sum payment that he did pay, it was through taxes, and I will not receive any of that until September. So like that, like it does help, and it is nice that it was paid, but I also will not receive that until September. And Dykeman did say, you have to pay this in April, you have to pay this in May. So, I mean, it was a court order, so he's not following those court orders. So, but I mean, I guess whatever you rule today is what you're going to rule today, because it is only down to like 900 and something. So, I mean, and he's currently lodged anyways. So, I mean, if he's already lodged, there's no reason to try to lodge him even more if he's already lodged right now. So, I mean, there's not really much he can do from a jail cell as far as work-wise. So, I mean, that's on you guys,
Right.
what you want to do.
So, Ms. Shondorf or Ms. Evan, can you shed some light on why that payment would be held until September?
Some payments get held. We're not at liberty to discuss them without express permission.
All right.
I did call the Michigan Department, the disbursement unit.
Oh, yeah.
And she told me that sometimes with the first time that they pull out of their taxes, that they do hold it for a while just because it's a first time thing. So that might just be it. I'm not really sure, but I do know that payment will be made in September whether, I mean, it's told to me or not. They already told me, yes, it will be there September 7th. So, I mean, the payment's there, so I'm not worried about that.
All right. Mr. Starks, are you married?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. So that's probably why, ma'am, they hold it, because if a joint return is filed, then the spouse can file an injured spouse claim under the presumption that both parties' income and taxes contributed to the refund. So that's why they would.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense too. I'm not worried about that.
All right. Last I knew, and maybe it's changed, there may have been a form that the spouse who was protected by that period of time could sign off on their rights to file an injured spouse claim. Last I knew, I'm not sure if that is still an option, but I knew at one point that that was a way that monies could be released sooner. Maybe it still is, maybe it isn't. But, anyway, sir, do you got a job lined up for when you are released?
I'm hoping to be able to go back to alternative.
Okay. Is that where you were working up until the time you got lodged?
Yes, sir. My boss don't even know I'm in jail at the moment.
All right. You were lodged when?
Yesterday,
Oh, all right. But you
12:10 p.m.
Okay, but you said you didn't have a job in May.
I literally just started working.
Oh, I see. All right. Where were you working up until the end of March?
Nowhere.
Oh, you were just
Your Honor,
making the
I'd
payment?
like
on your
to.
own?
That's a lie.
Oh, really?
He was working. He quit working at KFC because they were pulling money out of his checks, and he started working again, and he was doing drywall. He was doing drywall under the table, and he had expressed that to his mother. I was in the car when he told his mother that. Unfortunately, she can't attest to that anymore because she passed away in March. So she can't attest to that, but he was doing drywall. So it's just going to be, for me, that's an issue because he always gets these jobs, comes into court and says, oh, I have this job though. And then he quits it as soon as they started taking money out. And then he'll just say, oh, but I just got another job lined up. And then it's just a continuous thing. So that is a huge issue as far as support and payments goes.
All right.
I haven't worked, Your Honor, I haven't worked at KFC in quite a few months. Like, it's been a while since I've been at KFC. That's why when you had asked where I was working previous to March, I said nowhere because I wasn't working at a legit job before March. Yes, Caitlin is correct, and I was doing some drywall here and there for a little bit of extra cash to keep me and my family afloat as much as possible. But other than that, I haven't had a legit job until alternative.
We have confirmation that he was at KFC in December of 2022
And it ended.
and it ended in March.
Oh, I thought it was late. I thought it was before that it ended. So therefore I do apologize. I thought it was the wrong timing. My apologies for that, you guys. I do deeply apologize.
All right. Well, I mean, it sounds like we've been down this road before. Back in December or January, you had a hearing with me and then with the judge, and it was impressed upon you that you had to make these certain payments. And you failed to do so. For whatever it's worth, I'll impose the sentence 45 days, set the bond at $500, and that'll run concurrent with your current sentence. So it won't really add any time. But if you don't get the sentence you are anticipating you might get, I guess, in your other endeavor, then it would be 45 days or 500 in this case. All right.
All right.
Since I'm the referee and not the judge, you can object to my recommendation, have a hearing with the judge if you wish, or you can accept it. Do you know what you'd like to do?
I'll just accept it. I'll take the 45 days.
All right, we're all set then. There'll be an order generated, will go out within a couple days.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Is will my wife get a copy of that sentence thing mailed to the house?
It'll go to your last known address on record with friend of the court.
Oh, so the house?
It'll go to your address,
Yes.
yes.
Alright. As long as my wife is aware that her husband is locked up for 45 days, I am A-okay.
All right, Caitlin,
You
Yes.
need to provide us with a copy of your driver's license if you want your last name changed.
Yes, I do. I planned on coming up this coming week and bringing it up to you guys because I did talk to Tammy this morning. So I plan on bringing it up to you guys.
okay,
Thank
thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
So, yeah, bud.